Welcome to another Carside Chat. It is literally the only place I can go that is quiet and I won't get interrupted. But anyway, I wanted to make this video specifically because I just finished listening to the Eli Lilly Q1 earnings call and I wasn't too encouraged. So it got me thinking, and I wanted to share this sort of big sister advice to you if you are thinking about starting Zepbound, or maybe you already have the prescription and it's been sitting in your fridge and you've just been too afraid to start. This advice is for you. So, you may not be aware, if you haven't started your journey yet, that there are massive nationwide shortages of this medication. There is a lot of demand and simply not enough supply. And when I was listening to their earnings call, they said that themselves. They I took notes. They said that they understand that lag time is significant and that demand will outpace supply throughout the year. So we're only in almost May. They're already anticipating that these supplies are going to last the whole year. It's not going to go away. It's not going to get better. It's going to be more of the same. And what that looks like is people not getting their prescriptions on time. So I've only been on this medication 10 weeks, and already I've had two times that my medication has not been available when I needed it to. The first time it was only delayed like maybe 3 or 4 days, so not terrible. And this time around, I was supposed to get it. Today is, what is today? Today is Tuesday. I was supposed to pick it up Wednesday, and I still don't have it. I have one pen left, and hopefully I'll get it in time. But so here's my advice. My advice to you is, if you manage to actually get a hold of this medication, I would not start. I would not start. I would put it in my fridge and forget about it. I would pretend it's not there. And I know that's hard because some people are very excited to start this medication, and I don't blame you. But I think in the long run, you're going to be better off because, so what I would do is leave it in the fridge and wait a whole month until you're able to refill your prescription again, and then start with use up the first box that you picked up, and it can stay in the fridge. It has an expiration date, like even on the box it says, I think it has like a year long expiration date. And you know, they probably it's probably longer than that, but you're not going to keep it in your fridge for a year, so keeping it an extra month is not going to cause any problem. In fact, before the shortages, they would give out 3 month supply prescriptions. So it could at least stay in the fridge that long. But if you do that, if you get your box and you leave it in the fridge and then you wait a whole month and then start, you have a 1 month buffer, so that when you, and not even if, but like when you start experiencing these shortages, you don't have to stress. And maybe for you, like it was for me the first time, it was only delayed 3 or 4 days. This time it's going on a week. Hopefully I'll be getting a call soon, but you won't stress because you'll have a 4 week buffer. And I think that's going to do a lot for peace of mind, so that you're not stressing about it. Because honestly, the worst thing is, and I see it all the time on different Facebook groups and on Reddit, just the comment sections of people being incredibly frustrated that they started this journey, they started seeing progress, and now they can't get their medication. And now, the worst part for them is, if you've been on this medication and you're on a higher dose and now you're going 2 weeks without it, could you reintroduce that to your body? Because it's almost like you've gone through a cooling off period, and now can you reintroduce that higher dose to your body, or do you have to start at a lower dose and gradually build up to it? I don't know. I don't think if you're on a higher dose, you can, go 2 weeks without it and then just pick up where you left off. And so that's incredibly frustrating, especially if you're paying for this out of pocket. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money to just, you know, mess around with like that, and it's frustrating for most people just because of the stress. And if you're having to ration it like I'm doing, I'm trying to go 10 days in between shots instead of every 7 days, just so I can build up a little bit of a stash. um but it's frustrating because that's not how it's prescribed. It's meant to be taken every 7 days, and it would be nice to be able to take the medication the way it's intended to be taken. So that's my advice. That my advice is simply that don't start it yet. Just wait a month. And if you feel comfortable, I mean, I'm not a doctor. I don't want to get in trouble for giving medical advice, but I think if you spoke to your doctor about this, I don't think they would have objections. I think this is common sense. Like, just don't start, put it in the fridge, build up a stash of at least a month, maybe even two, honestly. I don't know. It depends how much self-control you have, I guess. But the point is, it's just not going away. It's not going away. And that's why the earnings call today was, there was a lot of anticipation around it because earlier, this, no, it was in March, the FDA had approved vials, single-use vials, to administer the medication. So you'd actually have to buy like a syringe and insert that into the vial, extract the medication, and then inject that to you like a regular shot. And they had approved that back in March. And I think there was a lot of anticipation that they would reveal today during this earnings call that they were going to start rolling that out to ease up on the shortages. Because apparently, in case you don't know, the reason why there's a shortage is not because of the medication, it's because of the pen. Apparently, it's a complicated device, and it that's what the holdup is. And of course, we know that because people who have been getting their um, medication through a compounding pharmacy haven't really had struggles with shortages. So the tirzepatide is not, that's not where the problem is. That's not where the delay is. It's really in the production of the pens. And so, of course, it made a lot of sense. If that was the case, well, make the medication available in a vial, and it'll be able to be produced much quicker because you don't have to deal with the complications of the pen and all of that. And it would, it wouldn't be as convenient. I certainly wouldn't look forward to injecting myself. The pen is a lot easier. It's a lot less intimidating. It's a lot user friendly. But, it would have been an option for people if they chose to go that route, or maybe they would rather wait it out and wait for the shortages to ease up. I don't know. But there was really no talk of that at all. Like, none. There was no talk of that. And like I said, in fact, they just admitted that the shortages were going to be around throughout the year. And basically, um, there wasn't a lot. I mean, it's an earnings call, so I know it's not the place for all that, those conversations. But I guess most people were just really hopeful that they were going to say, we know there's a shortage issue, and in order to ease that up, we got approval from the FDA to make it available in single-use vials, and we're going to start going down that route to ease up the production. But that didn't happen. So this is why I say to you, if you get this medication, hold off on starting, build up a little supply for yourself, a little buffer, so that when these shortages start affecting you, you don't stress and you have them available to you. One interesting thing that I heard on the phone call was they are testing out a oral form of a GLP-1 agonist, and I think it's on phase 3 of clinical trials. Or they said Project 3. I'm not sure if that's the same thing as Phase 3. I don't know. But apparently the results of that are supposed to be available next year sometime. So that's interesting. Of course, that doesn't help us, but I don't, and I don't know if that's only for like maintenance. Is that going to be um, as effective as the injection is because of stomach acids, dissolving the medication? Some medications have to be injected. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. But I thought that was interesting, that maybe there's technology to do that. I don't know. But bottom line is that doesn't help us now. It doesn't help me now, and it doesn't help you now. So this is why I say, if you're looking to start, your Zepbound journey, I would just hold off. I would hold off for at least a month and build up your little supply in your fridge. So this way you can coast along on your little journey without any major hiccups along the road. So that's all I have for you today. See you next time. Bye.